Boom. All right. Whew. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got that already, I think. Boom. 5 minutes in, so go to like around the 5 minute mark, maybe like 4 minutes and 30 seconds to catch when the live actually gets started. You know, I give y'all a little bit of time to roll on in. Here we go, here we go, here we go. um, Yay. I think you're one of the first ones in here. Hey, hey, hey. Are you changing your name? I mean, I'll be able to recognize it unless you change your profile picture. I'm like a picture person. I don't even really be good with names unless I see it a lot. So yeah, you didn't change your profile picture, so I'd have been like, you finally figured out how to make a unison. You said you don't know. I think you said you didn't know why it was doing like one silly really and the other one was Sunray. I don't really know. Weird, interesting. I got tired of changing depending on people's chat settings. Oh, I don't even know how you even change that. I never went into anybody's lives on YouTube. YouTube doesn't promote the lives on YouTube a lot. I don't think. I've never been suggested to watch anybody that goes live, but I probably don't follow creators who go live on YouTube though. So that's mostly streamers and stuff. Hi, Jamie. That's mostly streamers and whatnot. Y'all already know how this goes, how we roll in. Get the first little 5 minutes, you know, get everybody time to step on in. Somebody misses nothing. And go from there. If you guys are popping in and popping out, just know that you got to drop a hey in the chat or I'm not going to know because YouTube doesn't tell me. We just love that. But yeah, we're going to be talking about a couple of things today. So yeah, I'm good, Jenny. How are you? So a couple of things, waiting for people to get on in. Just a quick warning for the newbies around here. If you're weird, my moderators are very fast. You will be fucking blocked. You will be dismissed. You will be removed immediately. Oh, so did you make that from scratch, or did you just throw in like a DiGiorno or something? I need to make a pizza from scratch. I want to do that one time. That'd be so good. Literally, they are fast, especially Yana. She will put a warning in the chat whenever she joins. But if you say something weird, you won't be here for long. I assure you. Okay, quick. Okay. Frozen gluten-free pizza. Okay, period. What does gluten do? What does gluten do? Like I don't remember what it does. I can look it up. Google's right here. Google's free for everyone. Use your Google. Use your brain. She is funny. She is hilarious as hell. It's so funny. When we was in high school, people were like scared of her because she would walk around with like RBF really bad, and so people were just like, "You friends with her?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my best. That's my girly pop." They'll be like, "She a little scary." I'm like, "What you mean?" They be like, "Cause she just look like she want to kill everybody." And I'm just like, "Well, she doesn't really like people like that, but I mean, she wouldn't hurt nobody as long as you don't bother her." You know what I'm saying? Can you spell? There we go. Like gluten. Glutinous maximus. What the body attacks gluten causes damage to a small intestine. Let's see if we can use your people experience bloating, gas, fatigue. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it ain't too extreme, like you won't die. It's in most cars and it makes it look my gut so bad. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right here. But if I keep exposing myself to it, I could go. Oh yeah. Ooh. We don't want no damage to the small intestine there. It's almost like, not exactly, but it's almost like being lactose intolerant. Like when you drink, you know what I'm saying? You lactose intolerant, them people be going through it. But for some reason, people who are lactose intolerant, they literally are like the craziest people on the planet. Wild. My daughter is starting to have symptoms and intolerance as well. Might be TMI, but I can't quite rotten. Lord, I mean, shit. I was asking myself, like, I said that to my sister the other day. I said, I wonder if I'm becoming lactose because I don't drink milk. because I just think milk stinks so fucking bad. Oh my god, it just smells spoiled every single time I smell it. Like even in certain ice creams, I can't do it. But like if it's converted into something, I'm okay. But like yeah, even certain cheeses, I'd be like, girl, no. Certain cheeses, I be having to smell it. Yogurt is still okay for me. Some ice cream is still okay with me. But like certain things like that brand gelato, I think, disgusting. Can't stand it. The shit smells spoiled. My best friend couldn't, like, she smelled it. She was like, it don't smell anything. I'm like, this shit smells rotten. And it tastes just as rotten as it smells. But yeah. Thanks, Denise. I appreciate it. Okay. 5 minutes has begun. It has begun. It has begun. It has begun. Hopefully our next moderator will come in later on. But yes, y'all, I wanted to further the conversation that we were talking about on Sunday about losers, right? And if you're surrounding yourself with a loser, or if you're a loser yourself, the way that I mainly describe a loser, the main definition for me, because I know everybody says they have their own thing, my main thing is when you start to project your feelings or lack of fulfillment onto other people, right? You're just a loser. And I was just watching one of my favorite creators who goes live, and she was just talking about every single time that you talk mess about somebody, dang, look, they so damn fast, I didn't even see the damn message. I didn't even see what the message said. So Cash, sucks to be you. Anyways, one of my favorite creators, she was saying like anytime that you have a visceral reaction to what somebody is doing, it's just a projection of what you lack. Yeah, Cash, I don't know what happened there, but I didn't even get to see it. Moderators are quick. Swift. But it's just a projection of what you lack, what you don't have, right? And so anytime that you have a visceral reaction to like, oh, this person's getting married, her dress is not even that cute. You're just mad that you don't have a dress. Hey, Serenity Boo, what's up? You're just mad that you don't have a dress. You're just mad that nobody was willing to propose to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about somebody, oh, your house is not even that nice. You're homeless. Are you living with your parents? Are you living in an apartment with cockroaches in it? You're very sad. Like it's it's you're just promoting what you lack. It's really you know what I'm saying? You're not really giving anything different. And to me that's a fucking loser. Genuinely. Especially when you're just somebody who just gets so overwhelmed with other people's lives. Like, it's one thing to be interested in something and like something, but it's a whole nother thing when, like, every single time, first of all, when you're watching another individual's every single move. Silly is Raya, or is it Ray? Sunray. She is Sunray. She changed her name. She had two different names on YouTube in live, Silly Billy on live, and then on her in my comments on YouTube. I don't know, but she somehow changed her name, so Sunray is Silly Billy. Just to clarify. It's going lovely. How's yours also? I just didn't really name. Changed it. Yeah. And so when you're too invested in what other people are fucking doing, it's really giving loser fucking behavior. Because just like, you need to go out and touch some grass. Same creator used to say, actually eat the grass. Eat the grass. Consume it. Get it into your body. Okay? Damn near put it in a needle and inject it into your veins. Because why are you so angry about that, right? And like, I want to make sure that I'm reiterating too. Just because you are not somebody who aspires to be overly wealthy, or even just wealthy in general. If you're somebody who just likes to work a regular job, if you're somebody who just likes to go to places on the beach, I don't know, hang out with your family, that doesn't necessarily make you a loser. And I know some people are saying, oh, it depends on the standard. I believe that you not wanting to be in a social circle with somebody, you not wanting to necessarily, I can say, cahoot with a certain group of people, doesn't mean that those group of people are less than. And we all need to understand something. Nobody is better than any motherfucking body on this planet. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how much influence, power, it doesn't matter. You're no better than me. You wanna know why? Because you're just as imperfect as I am. You make mistakes just like I do. You shit, eat, sleep, bleed the same way that I do. You cry, laugh, same way I do. There's nothing special about you. Like, when you really sit back and think about it, you're not special. Like, yes, you are unique to yourself. Like, there's nobody who's like you. You're just you, and nobody can be you, right? But you're not special in the sense where If we were to strip each other both naked in the middle of the fucking wilderness, I mean, you're me, you're you, I'm me. There's no difference. Genuinely, there isn't. Now, somebody said, I think it was, dang it was a new viewer. I'm like blanking on their names. Y'all know I'm bad with names. It was a person who was here, I think Beck. I think it was Beck, yeah. Who was here. They were saying, oh, well, you know, do you think that somebody has more value than others? I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. Hold on, let me show. I want to see y'all stuff. Joker, not sure what to say about that. Kelvin, I don't know if you're just trolling, but I don't know what you're doing around a whole bunch of roaches, but that's weird. Smoke the grass, literally. Hello? I'll make sure I'm not missing that thing. Damn, y'all. Hold on. Well, John, you're about to go somewhere into the abyss. I'm not really sure where. Oh, Yana's here. But literally, everybody has their own value in certain situations, right? So I was talking about how when it comes down to somebody being smart, this will also be applied from not just being smart, just being an individual in general. When it comes down to being valued, of course, in certain places, you might be more valuable in that situation, but it does not necessarily mean that you are more valuable as a person, right? So the skill set that you provide may be valuable, but you as a person is not necessarily more valuable than somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying? So in a situation like, say, if it's a medical emergency, of course, the doctor, the medical professional's skill set will be more valuable than the plumber, right? But them being a doctor doesn't make them better or more or less valuable than the plumber. Because if we were in a situation where your pipes burst, now who's the one with the more valuable skills? It's the plumber. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I did not see whoever that is. Levi's message. I did not see that. Oh, yeah, Charlie Kirk. Anyways, I'm making barbecue chicken for dinner. Anyways, thoughts and prayers. Yeah. We are the problem with this country. Greg, how so? Don't block him, y'all. I would love to know his answer. I would love to know his answer. Please, Greg, how am I the problem in this country? Mind you, you're on my life. Don't block him, y'all. My moderators, I know y'all swift, but don't block him, y'all. I would love to know what makes me wrong with this country. I would love to know. I know Kirk died how he lived. Exactly. Yes. 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 Absolutely. Yep. He has said a quote in 2023 that he literally said that he thinks that a cost of a couple of lives is worth it if we get to hold on to our guns. Well, luckily, friend, you got to be part of that number. So, hey, at least we get to keep our freedoms and our liberties in this country. You know, he died as he lived. As you know what I'm saying? I was telling people that I feel like the Ozians in Wicked, when they found out that Elphaba died. I guess he just had one short day. One short day in the Emerald City. Woo, Lord. The jokes really do write themselves. They genuinely do write themselves. I don't really know what else to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just had one short day. Oh, child. And guess what? Guess what? It was a white man who did it. All this white on white crime, guys, it has to stop. It has to stop. Hold on. Who the fuck said that? Who said that? I guess he just had one short day. I cannot. Smartly stupid? No comments. No comments. What are you talking about? Mimi, do you need to scroll up and check the chat? Do you need us to speak slower? They still haven't found the culprit. No, they got his ass. Subu, they got his ass. Some old white man. They got him. Somehow he ended up arrested with his pants down. Hey, free thinker. I'm a black woman. I can do whatever the fuck I want. This is my life. This is my life. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make it look even more ridiculous just for you. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to give Maleficent. It's not. Wait a minute. That's the best I can do. Hopefully it's as ridiculous as he needs it to be. You know what I'm saying? This is the best I can do. I ain't got my fro out. My hair's in twists right now, so I ain't got my fro out, so I can't puff it up the way I usually do. Because usually, when the fro is out, oh, she is swole. Ginormous. Like, it's relatively flat right now. I'm leaving it with air, but like usually when my fro is out, it's like, it's literally like a big ass fucking globe on my head. Hopefully this is silly enough. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm a black woman. I'm going to always be hated. So I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Because I can. Because I can. Oh, and then speaking of losers, right? Speaking of losers. When people say little stuff like this, it just reminds me of how pathetic they really are. Right? See, I don't even remember what his name was. I already forgot it. When you're the son, you don't pay attention to dead leaves. You know what I'm saying? I already forgot what his name was. But, he just hates that he can't wear a bonnet. Mm-hmm. He hates that he can't wear a bonnet. He can't flaunt a bonnet like I do. And you know what the funny thing is? I wanted to talk about this too. The funny thing. Y'all know I'm gonna hop over on tangents. This is the ADHD live. Okay, y'all just remind me. Keep me if I miss a topic y'all want me to go back to, remind me in the chat. Cause y'all know I'm gonna forget. Literally, the thing I was talking about, I want to talk to y'all about is that like, not only am I a black woman, so maybe. I can't get no better than where I'm already at, right? I just find it funny that people think when they meet a truly confident person that they can put a blemish or a stain on their confidence from little lame ass comments like that. Bitch, I will wear my bonnet anywhere. I have. And I will continue. Because the funny thing is about me is that it doesn't really matter what somebody says, what I do. I will always be confident and love myself. You want to know why? Because my confidence and self-love is not transactional. It's just not. So for instance, right? I was skinny when I was in high school. Loved myself then. I'm chunky as fuck now. Love myself now. When I do decide to lose some weight at some point, if I do, I'm going to love myself then too. But here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter what body I'm in. It doesn't matter what my hair looks like. It doesn't matter how I'm doing or what's happening. I'm still going to love me no matter what. That's the thing. You can't hurt me, babe. You really just can't, because my confidence is not transactional. You know what I'm saying? If you try to project your weak ass, stupid ass insecurities onto me, I'm just going to look at you like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm like, I can't, you know, like my confidence doesn't change just because I look this way one day and then this way another day. You know what I'm saying? And like Chevy here saying, ew, fucking loser. You know what I'm saying? I can't, I don't really know I don't really know where that comes from. Hold on. Y'all saying stuff and I'm missing it. Y'all are so funny. Hold on, I'm missing shit. Y'all know I'll be trying not to read stuff so I don't get distracted. Y'all not get distracted so fast. There are new reports that the guy isn't the shooter. Oh, really? Okay. What about the Charlie Brown Show haircut? Baby, I don't know what he was doing with that. I'm surprised he got kids. Well, he does have kids, but they don't have a father. You're gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Serenity. You are so funny. Jump on the bag. Hello. And you know what's so funny? I found men. I don't even know if Freethinker was a woman, because I genuinely think it was a man. I always find it interesting when men try to talk shit about me or say weird shit about me, because it's just like, You would suck the fart out of my ass if I let you. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I know. Personally, as someone who's never been a loser. Hey, hello? We've never been losers, so we don't know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know. Don't tell me, cause I won't be needing that information. But you clearly do. Blame it on my ADD. Hello. Blame it on the ADD. So reference on Boys Slide. Ayo. I love Sal. I love that song. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, like I always find it so fucking interesting when men talk shit because it's like you would literally suck the fart out of my ass if I let you. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Tete. Like, you would. I know you would. And when men be like, oh my God, you're so fucking ugly. You think that I would let you even speak to me? Let alone touch me? I wouldn't even piss on you if I had a full bladder and you were a toilet. I wouldn't even take the saliva out of my mouth to spit on you if you begged me. And you think that I care about your fucking opinion? Sweetheart, I've never had a problem. Never. Look at Wicked. Loser. I've never had a problem. Ever. I never will have a problem. I've never been a loser. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't. And listen, I'm sorry, I need to take a little pause. Yana, I love you so down. You are so fucking funny. Like every single time I see a hate comment, I'll be ready to say something and it's just like, beep, Yana has removed. Yana has silenced. Yeah. I'm like, she's highlight of my fucking life sometimes. Highlight of the live. She just every single time I come in, it's funny. That's why I was telling it just for guys though. Hello, listen. There's a male loneliness epidemic. Aren't y'all the ones who told us to keep our legs closed? Aren't y'all the ones who told us to stay out of the clubs if we didn't want to be harassed? But once again, only losers say shit like that. Men who don't get women say shit like that. Any single time that you're talking to a guy who has so much to say on women, you know that he gets no women. Genuinely. One thing I've noticed about men who actually date and get women, they don't argue with women. A creator highlighted this, the same creator I was talking about earlier, highlighted this. They don't argue with women. They just don't. You will find a real man, if you're just like, oh, I have this thing with my car, he'll be like, I'm coming to get your car in the morning. You'll get an attitude, and literally he'll be like, girl, I don't give a fuck about that attitude. Here's some Wingstop. I saw a video where it's a couple on Instagram. They're all over platforms, but literally it was a couple where it was like a little skit where the husband was like late, and y'all probably seen it, but the husband was like late, and the wife was getting there, and she was just like getting in the car. She was like, "Oh my God, we're so freaking late. You were supposed to be here at this time." And he literally gave her like a neck pillow. He set her chair back. She put a cover on her, and then he handed her some sushi and like an eye mask or something like that. And she went from like being all like, la, 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 to being like, yeah, we can get there at any time. I mean, it's fine. We'll get there whenever we get there. It's not even that big of a deal. Life is just so wonderful. That is how a man handles business. That's how a man handles business. Listen, my dad might not have been shit. But one thing when it came down to money, my dad, like, my dad showed me how it's supposed to be when a man is supposed to spend money. I don't pay for anything when I'm with my father. When I was hanging out with my dad, there wasn't nothing that I couldn't have. There wasn't nothing nothing too big, too small. My money's no good here. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Romance sounds like a fantasy at this point. Hello? Hold on, y'all saying stuff I don't want to miss nothing. Where I go, it says my name first. And then changes Yana too quick. Yeah, she fast. That part, oh my fucking gosh. Hold on. Yeah, we hate autocorrect sometimes. My autocorrect keeps changing my word from my this to thus. It's driving me mad. Bonkers. Hold on. So I don't care that Charlie Kirk died. You're happy that he died. So Steady November. I don't. This is how I feel, right? I don't rejoice in the downfall of anyone, but because I'm just indifferent to them, I just really don't give a fuck. But one thing I do love is a good laugh. Okay? God made me a giggler. And this man saying that we have to let some people die in order for us to keep our guns, and then him dying by a gun, that is the funniest fucking shit on the planet. And I can't not laugh at that. I can't. Just like how I was laughing at my grandmother's funeral when that lady tried to get up there and sing Take Me to the King, and I was sure my grandmother was about to resurrect out that damn coffin and tell her ass to shut the fuck up. Me and my sister was cackling. I can't pass up on a joke when nature has presented it right in front of me. I can't. You go around spewing hate, just bigotry, and then you die by the exact same sword that you forged. I really don't. You reap, literally, you reap what you sow. What you plant is going to be your harvest, right? And so it's like, I'm never happy if anybody goes through any violence, right? Unless they truly deserved it. He was just being a bigot, talking shit, right? And how he went was very humiliating. But at the same time, I don't feel bad about it. This live is so all over the place. I can't finish a single fucking topic, but that's okay. We having fun. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's got no solid. Hi, popcorn. I was made for a deleted comment. Why would we be? I mean, what are we supposed to be sad? I'm not really sure. You're disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Well, I think that's another reason why God is keeping me single, because that is true. I am quite the freak. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I read BL. I read BL. 20 plus stories under my belt. You say that if he wasn't white. Serenity's dropping gems. He died from the same world he created. Exactly. By his own peers. Gotta love that. Gotta love it. Man. Gotta love it. All this white and white crime, guys. All this white and white crime. Nobody deserves to die. The irony is that, yeah. I mean, some people do need to go. You know what I'm saying? But the way he went, I feel bad for his children. That's where my thoughts and prayers go to. His children. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that. He's dog black souls for gang violence and got sent to the upper room. I'm not sure about the upper room, but he definitely got sent somewhere. My little Serenity! You know, I be fighting every single day for my spot in heaven, and then there's people like Serenity who just keep me here. I just yeah, you should be sad because someone was good by sharing what they believe and you're celebrating it. Steady November. I just have a question, just a solid question. Do you believe that the Confederacy was right? Do you believe that they had the right to fight for states' rights? Keep saying me this already. Hi, Santino. We're not celebrating it. No, it's fine. And what are you doing about it? Happy birthday. Girl, I love you. Girl, I fight every day. Every day is a struggle. Between you and my best friend Essence, I can't. God looking at me like, I'm like, don't look over here. Again, the inability to understand the nuance of the situation is an issue. Hello, Ian. Yeah. Like, do you believe that the Confederacy had states' rights? Don't go hiding now. Come on back, steady November. I didn't answer the question. Because that's what this is giving. Because they're like, the Confederacy, they just want to protect their states' rights. States' rights to do what? Oh, he was killed for what he believed in. You're right. He believed that people had to die in order for us to keep our rights to guns. That's what he believed. That is his words. 2023. You can look it up, steady November. He quite literally said, that some people have to die in order for us to keep our liberties. Steady November, answer the question. You love only yourself. You don't love others like you claim. It's quite gross. Who am I supposed to be loving that I'm not? Serenity feels my love. Silly Billy feels my love. Yana feels my love. My 1,900 subscribers feel my love. Whose love isn't being received? I mean, who am I supposed to be loving here? And you still haven't answered the question about states' rights. State November. You still haven't answered the question about states' rights. I'm white and disgusted by the right and everything going on, but I celebrate right on white crime. All crime is garbage. D, I'm not sure who's celebrating white on white crime. I mean, I don't listen. I have very strong faith in my moderators and my society members, and if I was saying some crazy fuck shit, they would tell me. So I'm not really sure who's celebrating what. I don't know what you mean. You're making claims about color that are entirely baseless. I want him to further explain. I'm literally being hateful, and you want to bring Jesus into this, baby? Let Jesus love him. I'm not Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All shame you're dealing with. Yep. He can set you free. I mean, I'm already free. My spirit's still on the earth. Too soon? I mean, Charlie Kirk was set free. So maybe Jesus' love covered him enough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe with all he was believing in, maybe Jesus' love covered him enough. And we're not going to be advocating for violence that people who welcome belongs here, and you're not welcome with that behavior. And you won't have to laugh it off anymore because you're covered up in humor your whole life. You covered up your problems with humor your whole life. Hey, you know what? You're right. Listen, I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. The shit that I've been through, if I didn't have a chuckle, I would have had some chains. If I didn't have a chuckle, I would have had a chainsaw. Okay. I had to have me a little giggle here and there. Because if I didn't laugh my way all the way through, I would have been the ultimate crash out. Ultimate crash out. But you don't know that, State of November. You don't know that. But also, how do you know that? Have you been like in my life? Standing on the sidelines? Gunner. Hey, Jesus loves you, and please pray for Charlie Kirk's family. I won't be doing that. I'll be sending some thoughts and prayers, though. That's the prayer. There you go, I guess. Really is saying I love all this. Oh, what am I crying? D, I don't know if you've ever heard of sarcasm, but it's when you say something in a lighthearted tone, in a jokey tone, usually followed up with a chuckle to reiterate that we're not being serious. We're quite literally saying the opposite of that, if you're not aware. So, but you know, I can't think for people. I have my own brain. I can't give you half of it. So bullshit, right? I mean, he still hasn't answered it. Serenity. He still hasn't answered if he supports the Confederacy for their states' rights. And by the way, I learned that from my white U.S. history teacher. He's the one who brought that to the forefront for me in high school. Thanks, dude. Yikes. I agree with you. Hi, Terry. So you talking like y'all really Muslims. Right? Steady is I mean, I'm used to having stalkers. Like I said, Silly Billy understands. I've never been a loser. You know, I've always been desired. I've always been looked to. I've always been followed. It's just who I am. I'm used to it at this point. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of sarcasm. Oh. D, that's unfortunate that you never heard of sarcasm. Well, now you have. Congratulations. I'm an educator, y'all. Look at me. Jesus loves me. I'm teaching. I am so wonderful. Like, God, I'm great. I'm a trash human. Well, apparently God doesn't think so because I get everything I want. D, if I was such a trash human, I wouldn't get everything I want. God wouldn't give me the discernment that they give me. I wouldn't have haters even when I'm not doing anything. I wouldn't be the sunshine that I am. So if I'm such a trash human, you got to tell God, because apparently God has something else in mind. Because I believe God told me to tell you that one day you'll stand before Him and you'll have to answer for your words. Jesus can forgive you for every sin you've committed. Steady. First of all, I'm not a Christian. That's number one. Number two, I talk to God all the time. I'm sure if God had something to say to me, they would have said it in our many conversations. You can stop putting on the mask you're wearing. Mask? What do you think I'm cosplaying as, Steady? Please enlighten me. I'm getting a free therapy session. Y'all, what is this live? I'm getting a free therapy session. I'm a teacher. Jesus loves me. It's crazy. And I'll truly be free. Hey, Terry, let's not advocate for violence. Oh, Yana left, apparently. Stop being a hypocrite. Baby, they can't. As far as you can't understand sarcasm. D, once again, I will explain sarcasm one more time. So, in the tone, you say the thing, right? But then in a dismissive tone to show that we are saying the opposite of that thing, right? And so I can hear your tone. I can't hear your tone through a screen. It's just text on a screen. So I'm not really sure how I was supposed to pick up on the sarcasm when you have been very upset and obviously did not understand sarcasm when I did it, when you can hear my tone. But hey, I mean, you're laughing, so enjoy yourself. I'm not really sure. God isn't real? Okay, D, whatever. I don't know what you... I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I don't convert. It's important that you don't know how to spell your name. No spamming, please. Damn, y'all are moving fast. Don't be stuck in this, okay. Yeah, I just... D, I'm not understanding. Steady is so strange. This is so fucking weird. It's always interesting to me. I always find it so interesting. Bible thumpers, they will say things like Steady is saying, like Jesus loves you, you have to repent for your sins, stop wearing good mask, all this extra stuff. But then they defend people like Charlie Kirk, who was a misogynist, a racist, homophobic, transphobic. Shit, if they could, they'd be speciesist. And they all low-key are. They love to thump that fucking book, but then don't use any of it when it doesn't benefit them. They love to thump that book. One of the reasons why I'm not a Christian. I can't see the messages you hide anymore. Yeah, Yana's fast. You already know she's quick as hell. My point is exactly how are you going to defend somebody like him? Word of the day is hypocrisy. Yeah, like they'll come in with the Jesus loves you and you're supposed to forgive and forget. But the funny thing is that even though I am not part of a religion, I grew up in a Christian family, in a Christian household. I read parts of the Bible, okay? I have family members who are heavily Christian, right? I've learned a lot of the text out of the Bible, right? And one of the things that Jesus will always say is, that God is a just God. Just, meaning that you will get your just desserts. You will get your just due. Nobody walks away scot-free. Right? But yet, it's still y'all sit back here and expect Jesus to think, oh, everything that you've done is wiped clean. Nowhere in there does God say, I will forgive your sins, but not let you repent for them. Nowhere in that Bible does it say that. Nowhere in that book does it say that. It doesn't say that anywhere. No. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that God or Jesus is going to just let you do whatever the fuck you want to do, and then you don't have to pay for it. Nowhere in that book does it say that. I don't have to read the entire thing to know that. Maybe in the newer versions that y'all are coming up with, when y'all are changing text and taking out the text in order to manipulate your children into believing that God is not this thing, so you can use your influence over them so they can continue to spread your bigotry. Maybe in those newer versions, but in the original text it says nothing like that. So Charlie Kirk dying from the exact same situation that he promotes, once again, saying that people have to die, some people are going to have to die in order for us to keep our guns. Some people are going to have to die by gun violence in order for us to keep our guns. Him promoting that and then dying from gun violence is literally him getting his just desserts. And me finding that incredibly hilarious doesn't make me a bad person, because that shit is funny. Because karma is a bitch to everyone. You will reap what you sow. Maybe not here. He just so happened to get his here. Maybe not here, but somewhere. And I'm someone who believes that the soul is not attached to the body. It's in the body. The body is the vessel. But our spirit, our soul, gone. When we die, that's the reason why you can look at somebody in a casket and you're looking at their body. You should be happy that they're there, but they're not there. See, me, Koi, this vessel stays on earth. This vessel's not going anywhere. But I am, right? And it won't stop there. Not only did you die by the same words that you preached, well, God is going to handle you when you leave. I don't have any power over that, okay? Me and God have one understanding, okay? God's not even going to let me go into heaven first. I'm going to be able to be the last one in there, okay? I'm going to be the gatekeeper, standing outside taking names and redirecting the lost souls. Okay? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Your name is what? Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is not that floor. Let me just double check my extra records here. Yeah, it looks like that you meant to take a right at the base level and you took a left accidentally. Yeah, you're downstairs. Y'all love to thump that fucking Bible when it benefits you. Where's the Bible thumping about loving your neighbor? Helping the homeless man on the street. The funny thing is, another reason why I left religion, period, because I don't like being a part of something that can be manipulated by man. Y'all will literally preach everything, but completely ignore all the stuff that Jesus stood for. God stood for. So a rich man will tell a poor person, oh, God wants you to work for me. God wants you to be a slave to me. God wants you to be at the bottom so I can be at the top. But didn't in that exact same book God say that rich man was going to be the last person in heaven? Let me make sure that I'm understanding. The same being that said that this particular type of person is going to be the last person to get into heaven is now the spokesperson for that exact same being. God created women so we can create life, right? But didn't y'all say that you having the right to rape your wife, beat her, all that extra stuff is because it's your God-given right as a man? That's interesting. And then this is another thing that gets me, right? Y'all keep on quoting that fucking book. And it's not even just Christian culture. I'm mostly versed with that. The other cultures, I'm not sure. It's not even just Christian culture. Muslim culture as well. And other cultures, right? And religion. Y'all will say certain things, and then it directly contradicts with what God actually is. So, for instance, right? And another reason why I left religion, it doesn't allow you to critically think, right? It doesn't allow you to logically think, right? If God was despised by women, why would they create us? And then not only did they create us, they gave us the the ability to create more of us. If God hated poor people, why does it seem like those exact people are closer to God than the wealthy? If God hated black people, then why were we the first humans on earth? Specifically, why was a black woman the first person on earth? First human. Anybody find that interesting? Anybody find that interesting? Y'all completely ignore all that shit just to use it for your benefit. I just don't. And when you really think about it, right? Critical thinking. When you really think about it, who's always saying somebody is wrong, somebody is bad, right? Women are a disgrace to God. Who said that? Men. Black people are meant to be enslaved. Who said that? White slave owners. Gay people are an abomination. Who said that? The straights. But it directly contradicts with everything, because when you really look at this world, God is the biggest diversifier on the planet, in the universe, and wherever they are. Because if God hated black people, why are there black people on the planet? Personally, I don't make anything that I hate, right? If God hates women, then why are women on the planet? If God hates poor people, then why are poor people on the planet? You know what I'm saying? So y'all do not care, actually, about anything. Y'all don't care about... Hold on, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Y'all don't care about... Ooh. Hold on. There we go. Y'all comments was coming through and I was not seeing them. Hold on, make sure I'm mixing it again to make sure I'm not missing nothing. Sorry, y'all. I just had to... I don't know. I had to just fucking fix some shit to make it work. Because I was not saying anything. Okay. Hold on. Let me catch up, y'all. My bad. Waiting for someone to be next is advocating for the ultimate demise of someone. I think it's important to uphold our values and hold to our empathy. Yeah, hold on. Make sure I'm missing that. Yeah. I have no empathy for that man dying because I was sorry for his family because they loved him, but I will miss him. I'm not taking back what I said because I mean it. I think it's important. I will say this. I think that it's important that we don't bask in the downfalls of other people, because remember, we are going to reap what we sow, and that's anything, right? So let's not prey on people's downfall, but you can be indifferent. You can not care, and that's not a bad thing, right? But you have to also acknowledge too, being happy that someone is no longer here to inflict grief, suffering, and pain onto other people doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're evil because you're glad that that person is no longer around to inflict said violence. So let's make sure that we're making that distinction. I don't think that, well, Terry, you can correct me, but I don't think that Terry is saying that she's happy that anybody passed away, or Terry, are you a girl, boy? I'm over here just guessing. I don't think that they think that it's that they're celebrating their death, but more so that that person is no longer around to be able to inflict any more pain onto anyone else, right? And that is something to celebrate because he did not contribute anything of actual beauty besides his children to society. Oh geez, bad word. I don't know how this is up. It's important not to be for that. Yep. Before I forget. Oh my gosh, my baby! Send me a picture, Yana, of Mila. Mila is Yana's dog, by the way. Love her to death. She's so fucking cute. Call that a code. Maybe. Yeah, it's her dog. You're so weird, but your mod is full of shit. Terry, we're gonna respect the society members. If you're gonna be a society member, I have no problem with us conversing and talking, and we're not always gonna agree, but we have to be respectful. We have to be respectful. You don't have to like Charlie Kirk. You can feel how you want to feel, but just know we all reap what we sow. Not rooting for the makes me feel, I guess. We can still celebrate, like I said, we can still celebrate him being no longer being here spewing hate. Like, for instance, I wouldn't want Hitler to be alive. I'm glad that he's dead. Not because I was praying on his downfall, but because he caused a lot of pain for a lot of people. He had to go. Right? He had to go. And so I'm not going to be upset about that. But let's make sure that we're all respecting each other, that we're not being crazy. We all going to have differences of opinions. We're not going to always agree. That's why we're the society. But we can agree to disagree, but we're going to respect each other. Bottom line. I don't play about that. We're not going to get disrespectful up in here. Let's make sure that we are clear cut, respecting each other's boundaries. There's a way to communicate without, being snippy. You feel sorry for his family? Yeah, I feel sorry for his children. His wife knew who she married. Not telling you how to feel about it. Do my best not to allow people to allow me to feel like God, but it's that simple. See that? Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Terry says, just to be clear. So, something needs to be done about Trump. Something needs to be done about Trump, but honestly, it's not even. Love you, Serenity. Bye. Something needs to be done about him. And I know that when you're emotional and angry and pissed the fuck off, that you just want to just say things. And we say stuff when we're emotional. We say stuff when we're angry. Right? And I'll even say it myself. I've even said, hey, if he gets got, you know what I'm saying? I've even said some things. I remember that time where he was almost assassinated. And I literally made a joke on TikTok and I did say, you had one job and you missed. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, I was cracking jokes, but in all seriousness, I never root for the death of anybody. I never root for the bad things of anybody because they're going to get their fucking just desserts. They're going to get what's coming to them. Either in this lifetime or in eternity or both. Right? And I like to think about it like this. I'm not God, okay? Once again, not religious, but I do believe that there is a spiritual being, right? I'm not God. So I can't say what somebody does or does not deserve, right? And me being the person that I am, I don't sit around thinking about how somebody else's downfall is going to come because I just don't give a fuck, right? Because I'm me. And sitting around with all that anger and malice in my heart has never benefited me. My bank account has never gotten larger, okay? My ass has never gotten fatter, and it's never gotten me closer to God, praying on people's downfall, right? So with me, I might crack my little jokes. I might feel some type of way. I do know that something needs to be done about Trump, but something needs to be done about the whole entire administration because they are harming people. And another thing I will say, I'm an observer. One thing that I will say is that usually the tide starts to turn or something starts to shift when the person who was pushing the violence is no longer with us. That is something that I have noticed. I don't know if it's just because the human race is just too weak to go after those who do us harm. But it seems like that's the only time that there is a fucking shift when the people who have had those ideologies, who have had that influence, had that power, who has done the terrible things are no longer with us. That is something that I have noticed. So it's not surprising to me when I see someone being like, this person has to go. Because usually when they go, so does their influence. Right? They're not as powerful as or as strong as they were before. Yeah, people can make them into a martyr, but without them there as the figurehead, I mean, the snake can only twist around for so long without his head. You know what I'm saying? Um, my feeling hasn't changed, but I don't feel the same way about Trump. Yes, I'm very much glad that he doesn't have the accents to his mouth, but his legacy will live on through others. Yeah, but with that legacy, it can eventually die when the figurehead is gone. Happens to happen. I'm a secret real woman that did not care that that man is dead. I feel sorry for his family. I'm going to say it again. I think it's because I absolutely feel the same way. He was evil man. I think where the disconnect is coming in is that Silly Billy is basically saying, or Sunray is basically saying, Terry, that we shouldn't be preying on people's downfall. It shouldn't consume us, right? We shouldn't be sitting around being like, I hope that motherfucker dies, right? We shouldn't be wishing death on anybody, right? Even if they deserve it, okay? But I think, Terry, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, right? I think, Terry, what you're saying is that you don't care that somebody who was evil has passed away. And you are happy that they are no longer here to spread that vitriolic behavior onto people anymore. But I don't think that you, Terry, are trying to say that you are going out of your way to be vindictive and evil towards anybody. I just think that you are glad that that person is gone and you have every single right to feel that way. I feel the same way. Some people, some people, sometimes they just have to go. And it's not us, though. It's not for us to decide who does or does not go, but how they go. Well, sometimes they got to get the fuck up out of here. Because some people don't change. And some people, they get so high up there that, like right now with Trump, he's so, like, I think that he's just, honestly, just the face of the operation. I'm more than sure that there are people behind him who are really pulling the strings, but he's the face of the operation, right? So, right now with him, everybody around him, I've been asking, racking my brain, wondering, how the fuck is this happening? How is everything happening that's going on? Like, why isn't anybody doing anything? What the fuck is going on? He has corrupted our Congress. He has corrupted the Oval Office. He has corrupted, well, him and his posse have even corrupted SCOTUS. To the point where our Supreme Court, they're all so fucking weak and pathetic that they're not doing anything. To the point where this man, they literally just said, if ICE goes out and racially profiles people and arrests them and deports them without due process, just because they are of a certain ethnicity or speak a certain language, we would not prosecute. We would not investigate. We would not have a judge ruling. Because they are justified to racially profile people. I won't personally wish on anybody's downfall, but I understand why people do. You can't, like, and I want to, like Silly Billy too, I want you to be a little bit more open-minded about people feeling a certain way about that. Like, for instance, when slaves were enslaved, I'm more than sure that they wish that they slave owners would die. And that is a valid understanding. That's a valid reason. They probably think, with your death comes my relief. And a lot of people probably feel that way. I've even felt that way. And many a times. When you go, some of that power and influence that you have will go with you. And some of my suffering will go as well. Do y'all know what I'm saying? Are y'all picking up on what I'm putting down? I think I'm gonna, yeah, okay. Never gonna be anything about Trump because Trump is going like the bleeding with the natural causes. And I mean, that's how because there's too many people in this corner. True. Yeah, Terry, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was staying around like, what? Why isn't anything happening? How the fuck is he getting away with all this shit? And it's because the people who are surrounding him, who are supporting him, are allowing him to. And it's because with the things that they're doing doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect them. They don't have to worry about their families being deported out of a country even though they were born there. They don't have to worry about dying from what is it, an optopic pregnancy, they don't have to worry about their children being sexually assaulted and forced to give birth. They don't have to worry about that type of stuff. The people who surround him, the people that they are affecting, they're not gonna ectoptic. I think that's how you say it. I'm trying to pronounce it. Ectoptic. There we go. I think that's how you say it. Oh my god, words. I don't know. ADHD. Like, they're not gonna hurt from that. Let's just even say, even for instance, right, that they did get pregnant. Just like what happened with that lady. Who was she? Some type of government official who got pregnant in a state where they don't allow abortion. She either was going to be sick or lose her life, or something was going to happen where she couldn't keep the pregnancy. Thank you, Silly Billy. I appreciate it. It's like I know the word, but for some reason I can't say it right now. I've said it before. That's the crazy thing. I've said it before, but I can't pronounce it right now. And I'm not going to make my brain work. But she literally got an abortion. A life-saving abortion. She needed, child. A life-saving abortion. That's what they're saying. In a state that doesn't allow abortion. After she promoted abortion. Anti-abortion. After she promoted anti-abortion. No abortion. She advocated for this. Put out legislation for this. And then turned around and got it because she had influence and power of people in her corner who couldn't stop her. Nobody could stop her. She was still able to get it no matter what. And that's why this is happening. I completely understand people join and it's very understandable. Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, I understand it when people are like, I want them gone. I get that. But my only thing that I always push is that there are times where I feel like that too. When I'm seeing constantly this person writes, that person writes, getting violated, and I can't do shit about it. I get angry and I be like, he's got to fucking go. He's got to go. But my only thing that I will push on y'all, that I will tell y'all not to do, is don't let that type of shit consume you. Right? Because when you let misery and hatred and anger consume you, you become that. Right? There is such thing as being fair. There is such thing as justice. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. And I'm not telling you to be sunshine and rainbows all the time, because I'm not sunshine and rainbows. You know what I'm saying? But I encourage y'all not to let that type of stuff consume you, because you will lose yourself in that. You will bury yourself in that darkness until you can't recognize yourself anymore. Be angry. Be hurt. Want justice. But don't let that shit consume you. But I see you. I feel it too. I understand that that's what it looks like, because there's no other way. It seems as though that's the only way to get out of this. In some cases, it is. And I wouldn't be the intellect that I am and the observer that I am if I was to deny that. In some cases, and actually most cases, the only time when the tide has turned is when the person is dead. When somebody new is here to take their place, when their influence dies a little. When that shift happens, when they become a martyr in words. There has been at that point. The legacy lives on, but without the figurehead that they built up to push it, well, it slowly dies. Because how people gather behind something, they need something to look forward to. They need something to bring them together, to unite them together. And so when the figurehead is gone, when the head of the snake has been cut off, there's only so much rigor mortis that's going to happen until it eventually stops. Stops, rots, and goes into the soil. There's only so much of that, right? And so I couldn't be the scholarly person I am to ignore that history. So I understand when people be like, he has to go because that's the only way our suffering is going to stop. I mean, the science doesn't lie. The history doesn't lie. But at the same time, don't let that shit consume you. And I don't say that for them. I say that for you. And it's the same thing when people be saying, when you forgive people, you forgive them for you. Genuinely, what happens when you forgive someone It's not, oh, I forgive you, I'm gonna let you stay in my life. Oh, I forgive you, I'm gonna let you keep on hurting me. Oh, I forgive you, so I condone what you did. That's not what forgiveness is. And as a matter of fact, I had to change my mindset behind forgiveness and remind myself that I'm not forgiving you for you, I'm forgiving you for me. I'm not even forgiving you, I'm forgiving me for trusting you. Because even in my heart, when I knew that you weren't right, I let you in anyway. And you humiliated me. And you hurt me. And I'm angry. And I won't forgive you. But then I sit back and sit with myself and think, well, how did that even happen? You let them in your life. Make sure I'm not missing nobody's shit, because YouTube be fucking with me. I let you in my life. I let you do whatever you want, say whatever you want. I let you do this to me. And I'm pissed the fuck off at myself about it. But when you forgive yourself for allowing that to happen, and even if it wasn't that you did it on purpose, if it was intentional or unintentional, once you forgive yourself for allowing that shit to happen, you become indifferent to the entire situation. And I've talked about this before, me seeing it in real time. When God has pushed me to forgive somebody, to let go of a situation, I'd be looking like, nah, man, they did this, this, and this, this, and this. I want them to get their just desserts. That anger consumed me to the point where it was all I could think about. I couldn't really live my life. I couldn't really give it the way that I wanted to. I couldn't really move around the way that I wanted to, because I got this shit on me. I got this weight on me, just weighing me down. And literally what it is God telling you, tapping you on the shoulder and being like, you gotta let that go. And you're just like, nah, God, you don't know what you're talking about. They did this, this, and this. I let this happen. I'm angry as hell. God be like, it happened. Can't change it. What you gonna do now? You gonna walk around, you're gonna be angry about it for the rest of your life? You gonna walk around with that bitterness for the rest of your life? Or you gonna figure it out, look at it, realize that it happened, resolve it, and move on? You gotta grieve it and let it go. And every single time that I've done that, I become a happier person. And that's why people be looking at me and be like, girl, I don't know how you do it. I wish I could do that. You can. When you recognize that it's not serving you. Hating someone has never done anything for me. And as a matter of fact, I don't even feel comfortable talking to God when I'm angry like that. When I'm mad like that. Because God is going to keep on bringing it up to me. And that's maybe just probably in my personal relationship. I don't know how y'all's go. But in my personal relationship, when it comes down to God, like, God will keep on reminding me, like, hey, you still got that chip on your shoulder. You still got that thing that you're carrying around. It's not good for you. It's not doing anything for you. It's not serving you. Let it go. And they're going to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. They're going to push me to do things to help me move on. And once I move on, man, I feel light as a feather. I just move on. Let it go. And that's how you stay pure. That's how you stay who you are as a person. By not letting these outside sources change you. I know that shit is fucking hard. I'm not perfect, y'all. Okay, I know I get on here and I talk to y'all and stuff, but there be times where I'll be fucking mad. I be livid. My skin be fucking boiling. But then I be like, okay, I gotta let this go. Because I'm waking up, I'm angry. I'm going to sleep and I'm angry. I'm cooking and I'm angry. I'm doing stuff that I love and I'm angry. What is this doing for me? Absolutely nothing. Teaching my hands, also teaching myself. Feelings that need to be felt. That's what, like, yep. That's just gonna ride you. Yep. So our time manifests physically. Yep. It turns into an entire thing. A lot of people walk around bitter. And I learned that too when I was really young, when I was watching one of the Madea movies. I think it's Madea Goes to Jail. And she sat there and she talked to one of the inmates because the inmate was yelling and she was cussing and she was so mad. And Madea was like, you know, you gotta let that go. And she was like, no, you don't know what he did to me. And she was like, yeah, he did that to you when you was a child. And now you're here. And you're still angry. What has it gotten you? Where have you gone? You're here in jail, still angry. Now imagine if you would have dealt that shit 10 years ago. We understand what he did. It was terrible. It was traumatizing. You've been through a lot. But what would have happened if you would have just let it go? How would you have led your life if you were getting rid of your darkness and letting the light in? You're not forgiving him for what he did. You're forgiving yourself for feeling like you wasn't strong enough. You couldn't fight back enough. You trusted them too much. You forgive yourself, you let that shit go, you move on. That is how you live a good life. And I always equate it back to, I tell you all the time, I always equate it back to loving yourself and having confidence in yourself, which is really just loving yourself. When you love yourself, all that shit follows. Every last thing fucking follows after that. Because I will sacrifice anything, actually. I will not sacrifice my love for myself. Meaning that if something is coming in the way of my life that would jeopardize or tarnish or derail the love that I have for myself, it has got to go. And that is how I've been able to walk through life doing things and making certain decisions. And I get compliments on my mindset a lot, but it's because I realize when I hold on to that shit, it does nothing for me. And I can't love myself when I'm hating you. I'm investing so much time into hate that I can't even find the time to love myself because I'm too busy focused on hating you. And I don't know about y'all, but hateful, angry emotions, maybe it's just my mood disorder and my anger issues, they consume me. To the point where I can't even really even enjoy anything. I can't even really think of anything because it's consuming the fuck out of me. Because I'm taking the time, not investing and focusing on myself. I'm focusing on you. You are becoming the main focus in my fucking life, the main character in my story. And baby, you're not even going to be a footnote. It is literally like a big ass blaring red sign for me. Self-love and danger, self-love and danger, self-love and danger. Why are you allowing this fool? Why are you allowing this person? Why are you allowing this? Well, you could be taking that time to invest in loving you. You could take that time and focus on building you. And that is how I've been able to walk through life, y'all. Every day. I'm so stressed when she first started calling. She ended up Jesus. It was called, but it was stress induced. Yep, stress will literally consume you. Stress is a killer, a silent killer. It really is, yeah. Yeah. It's so consuming. And that's where my mindset comes from. I love myself too much to sit back hating you. I fill myself up with light, with things that make me happy, things that intensifies my joy. Because happiness is transactional. It's temporary. But joy is eternal. You can never steal my joy. I won't let you. I love myself too much. Y'all know what I'm saying? I love myself too much. You're not a good relationship for me. You're stressing me out. You're upsetting me every single time I'm with you. No. My self-love is being tampered with. I'm too busy focusing on negativity. I gotta go. You have to go. Actually. Right? Also, it helps with removing ourselves from politics. Sometimes I have to take a break from social media. Sometimes I literally took like a week off where I wasn't on social media, getting into any of the politics or anything like that to readjust myself. Because I felt myself getting angrier and angrier and angrier. I said no. It's all happening. It's all happening. It's a lot. It's stressful. They're all important, but it's too much. It's too much. I'm finding myself on the dark side more than the light side most of the time. And I can't do nothing with that hate. I can't do anything with it. It's not going to help me. So, I suggest that y'all do the exact same thing. It's okay to feel how you feel. It's okay to be mad as hell. You have every single right to be. It's okay to feel as though the only time that you're going to get any relief is if this person is gone. I get that, especially when historically has shown that the only time that any relief starts to come is when somebody is gone. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. I get that. But don't let that shit consume you. Try to find happiness. Try to find joy. Try to find rest. Remove yourself if need be. Sometimes I have to do that. Me being the empath that I am, I feel for people. I put myself in people's shoes. I understand when people are going through things. But you gotta let that shit go sometimes. You gotta just move back. Move back. Remove yourself. And let it go. So, hold on. I want to make sure I'm not moving nothing. Okay. I just keep on checking the chats because sometimes the chat goes away, comes back. I don't know. Super freaking weird. Exactly. You should only ever want what's for you. But that comes with self-love. So, as terrifying and frustrating and angering about what Trump is doing, you can crack your little jokes, all that stuff. I try my absolute best not to let that shit consume me, because if I do, there ain't gonna be much of me left. And I love me. Hello? And I implore you to love yourself enough too, to make sure that you are constantly holding yourself accountable when it comes down to your self-love. Shit. Because we all we got. 1 in 400 trillion. I'm gonna tell you every time. 1 in 400 trillion chance of you being here. Make the shit count. I don't believe in that reincarnation shit. And even if it is real, I told God not to bring me back. So this is my only time. I'm only going one time. Okay? This is not a motherfucking... What is that thing called? What is that thing called? What's that thing called to stay fair, y'all? The little... Something with a... Gondola? Is that what that's called? No. What is that called? The little thing that you go on that takes you halfway, all the way around the park. Oh, what's the... Ooh! What is that thing called? I think it's called a gondola, right? Okay, it is. Okay, shit. I'm like, what is that damn thing? Shit. I'm not coming back around. Okay, one-way trip. One-way trip. I am done. Okay? Yeah. That is so funny. America is always coming up with different words for shit. Different words, because if you look it up on Google, it's a damn thing. It's a boat in Italy. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Hold on. Stay there. Yeah. Like, why do y'all call it that? Oh, they call it the sky glider here. Like, why do y'all call it that? Is it meant to represent a boat? I don't fucking know. Whatever. I don't fucking know. But yes, my loves, I'm gonna come on what's today? Wednesday. I have to end the live a little short today. I have an interview tomorrow, and I gotta work, so I'm a little tired of Yana. But I will come probably on Friday, probably around the same time, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Y'all know me. Probably come around that time just to pop on in and talk to y'all. Wish me luck on my interview tomorrow. I love you guys very, 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 very much. I thank y'all so much, as always, for engaging and being in the live, liking the live, commenting in the live. Y'all literally make my day. Y'all are the bestest ever, ever, ever. And I have so many videos coming out soon, so look out for those. Some shorts. I have a couple shorts going on for my trip and stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be a good-ass time. I love you guys so much again. And I'll probably see y'all on Friday around 7:30 or 8. So, be looking out for me. If you're still watching, apologize for the confusion. Oh, yeah. We all good over here. Everybody is all good, baby. Okay, we respect each other here. Terry, hope to see you in the next live if you are still here. And hopefully we can see Beck again. And, gosh, why am I blanking on his name? Brooks. There we go. And Brooks again in the next live. So, yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday at 7:30 or 8. Love you. Bye.